My husband and I recently stayed at the RIU Guanacaste All-Inclusive Resort in Costa Rica. I'm sharing my full review of the RIU Guanacaste All-Inclusive Resort's features to help you make your decision on where to stay when you visit. This was our first time to stay at the RIU Guanacaste in Costa Rica, and we have already stayed in 2 RIU resorts in the world before, so that is a recommendation right there for why you should use them. This was our first time at this actual resort. Now you're going to see the word hotel associated with the RIU Guanacaste and other RIU resorts, but don't let that mislead you. It is an all-inclusive beach resort with all the free amenities that come with it. Now let's pop into my video. The RIU Guanacaste sits on the matapalo-beach. Be prepared mentally because the beaches in Costa Rica are a dark sand, like black sand, and the water is a brown blue color. It's beautiful and you are at the beach, but it is the Pacific coast. It's not your Caribbean crystal clear water and white sandy beaches. I will say that I enjoyed taking a walk. You get a nice good walk on these black sandy beaches because the sand is very firm to walk on, so that's a plus. I'm going to go over why we chose the RIU. One, it was affordable. We want to spend our extra money on doing excursions or adventures, and Costa Rica is the vacation for adventuring. So adventure with the extra money that you have by saving on where you stay. It is a very nice resort, and like I said, we've stayed at other resorts and we're impressed, so we knew kind of what to expect going into it. We also chose the RIU Guanacaste All-Inclusive Resort because it was only an hour, less than an hour drive from the Liberia Airport, and we live in Houston, Texas, and United Airlines flies from Houston to Liberia. It's like a 2.5-hour flight, and then our ride to the hotels are only maybe an hour. Now you can also fly to Santa Fe, Costa Rica, but those beaches are a 2-hour drive. We were very happy with just staying at the Guanacaste region area of beaches. RIU does have another resort right next door to it, but it is $100 extra each night, and that's only because it is a little newer. We opted for the more affordable reasons for why I said earlier. Besides being close to the airport and affordable, the RIU grounds are just beautiful. Think rainforest scenery everywhere. That's what you're going to get on the grounds in their gardens. The RIU Guanacaste is shaped like a U, RIU, I think all of them are, and in the middle is just the lush gardens that you have to walk through to get everywhere. There are 3 pools on the property, and by that they mean a hot tub, a swim-up bar pool, and the regular pool that's attached to that one as well. So it really looks like a really large pool. There are 3 rows of lounge chairs, and in front of each row are these really high hedges, and it really gives you privacy. If you don't want the hype and all the excitement of the swimming pool, you can stay and have that privacy, and it's amazing how quiet those bushes do keep out the sound, how quiet it is on those back 2 rows away from the pool. The cups that they use at the poolside bar and restaurant are wonderful. I saw many, and I wish I had brought my aluminum type cup for keeping my beverages cold and getting a little more coffee in the morning if I wanted that. And I gave myself that tip on what to pack for a cruise ship trip, and I did not take that advice for this one, and I wish I would have brought that cup. Now in the pool, I participated in the free water aerobics class. They have several activities in the pool during the day, and there were about 20 other people with me. It was fun, a little 30-minute class, a little light exercise. It was fun. They also offer free kayaking down at the beach, free windsurfing, and they also offer a free snuba class in the pool, and that is snorkeling and scuba outfit and gear in the pool, and that lesson is free. And then if you want to snuba in the ocean right there at the RIU's property at the beach location, you can pay to have that class done. They also rent jet skis. They handle some tours from down there. Easy greasy, and most of it is free. This will be a great place to jet ski because the water is mostly calm. Like, you don't have big waves crashing at the shore. You just have small waves at this shore. And at the beach, there are the same nice lounge chairs that you have at the pool. I watched a YouTube before my visit, and a gal said, I can't remember her name, but she said if you are looking at the beach from the hotel or the resorts, go to the left and go as far as you can to the left, and you'll see like a sharp jut back into an extra cove, and she said if you go around, walk on those little rocks and go around, that you will see some clearer waters. And we never did that. We had just as relaxing and fun of a time just hanging out at the pool and the regular beach. While we were walking on the beach, there were white-faced monkeys in the trees, in the rainforest trees right by the beach. That was exciting. They're so cute. You're gonna see so many natural wildlife creatures in a safe environment while you're in Costa Rica. One thing I forgot to mention is bringing a bag, like a little quilty bag or a really thin canvas bag, just so you can take your phone, your eyeglasses, your sunglasses, a book down to the pool area or the beach area. I wish I had taken that. I just had to carry everything in my hands. You have the pool towel cards, and those are only for the towels. You have an actual key to get in your room. That was funny. But your pool towel card will get you a towel, and then don't lose it, because there's like a $25 fee per card if you lose it. But you can also check out a book. I think that's so sweet. You can share a book, donate a book, check out a book. Great little addition to the RIU Guanacaste. In my other video about what to know before you plan your trip to Costa Rica, I mentioned this, and I was really worried about mosquitoes. We went to the RIU Guanacaste in the dry season, and I did not see any mosquitoes, but we do recommend this. It's a sunscreen and a bug repellent. It is thick, it doesn't get watery in the heat, and the SPF was fantastic. I was out at the pool and walking on the Matapalo-beach for like 2.5, 3 hours with 15 only, and I did not get burned. We highly, highly recommend it. And I'll link it below, but make sure if you're looking on Amazon that you get the 2-ounce bottle for your liquids bag, not the 4-ounce bottle. I forgot to say that there is an open air restaurant right by the swimming pool that you can go in your wet bathing suit and eat lunch, like hamburgers, chips, great guacamole. There is a swim up bar, and then you can walk to the other side of the bar if you want to get something to drink while you're at the swimming pool. But there is that lunch place that you can go to right there by the pool and the beach, which turns into something else at night, so stick around to the end and I'll tell you about that. In addition to the 2 bars at the pool, there are 3 huge open air, beautiful ones that you can start taking advantage of around 2 in the afternoon. They're very nice for lounging and relaxing. There's always a breeze. In one of them, it's a little more private, a little masculine looking, and there's nightly music, like instrument music provided for you. And then right next door is another bar and a huge stage, entertainment stage for the nightly entertainment, where they lip sync some songs, singing cute plays and musicals that you want to support every night. And it's loud enough, and it has tons of seating for you. You are not going to need to get there early. You can walk up and get a table. And then there's a bar in the garden, in the lush area, kind of a patio, open air, not covered at all, that's attached to that stage theater area, that is just lovely at night if you want to back up and just have a real conversation while you're listening to the background music of the entertainment. It's just nice. Lots of space to spread out. Surprisingly, I did not smell cigarette smoke, and there was a smoking patio section near the garden, like full of pebbles and stuff like that. I never smelled the cigarette smoke, and I'm very picky about that. The Guanacaste area is not crowded, and one thing that's great about going to this location is you drive through like 45 minutes, almost an hour from the airport to your resort location, and you see the poor living conditions. So when you get to your resort, you feel so grateful, but you appreciate all the labor that went into preparing your room or preparing your food, and you want to tip them, you want to say thank you, you just appreciate those people's work for your enjoyment and relaxation. The rooms are great. There are 701 rooms in the RIU Guanacaste, and they were clean, they're large, they're tiled floors. Each room, I wonder what made them make that 701st room. That would be interesting to know. The rooms are great. They're big, they're tile floor, the beds were firm, which we love. The pillows were firm and soft at the same time. We slept so well. at the Guanacaste. Your room is stocked with a mini bar and a mini refrigerator with Cokes, club soda, beer, and a 1-liter bottle of water. On the RIU Guanacaste website, you will see that you will get a new liter water bottle every other day, and we only had 2 people in our room and we were out. So we would always bring up cups of water from the restaurant at night to get us through the night. And because we ran out of water, I tried at night at the front desk to get a new bottle of water and they didn't have any, but the very next morning I went after breakfast and they had bottles of water to give me. But they tell you you can't use the sink water, so I really think they should provide many more free bottles of water for anyone whenever we need them. The furniture is solid. I never once heard the people on either side of us turning on their shower. Anyway, very solid, very pleased with the rooms. The bathrooms, the shower head was fine. The towels are great. They're not see-through towels. They also provide a bag that's huge that I would pack dirty clothes in or wet clothes in. We recommend bringing a pair of shoes for when you go ziplining or on an adventure, especially in the wet season, that you can just leave in the hotel room trash can. Maybe those people can use it, or you can just trash them, and that's one less thing you have to bring back, and you don't have to worry about all the mud and dirt getting in your suitcase and getting a hold of everything else. The RIU resorts all have a steak restaurant, an Asian restaurant, an Italian one. This one had a fusion restaurant, which is a mix of cultural foods all in one. And the first night we wanted to go to the Italian restaurant, and she said this one fills up fast. And so we got there at the time that it opened at 6:15, and we were number 82 on the list. So we went and ate. We were so hungry. We went and ate at the main dining room. We didn't care, and it's fantastic food in there. They have a special carving guy in there right when you walk in. There's a pasta bar with a pasta chef there. They have super guacamole every night. They have lots of hot foods. They have cold foods, cold cuts. At breakfast, they have an omelet bar with the omelet guy right there, hand making you. Some people give a $1 tip. We never did, but that's an idea. If you want to tip them, you can. Lots of fresh, at least 7 fresh squeezed fruit juices or vegetable juices to choose from. Even for your picky eaters, you've got pizza, you've got cereals, you've got tons of fruit, breads. Now there's South American or Central American type bread and Central American desserts. Think like flan and jello, maybe some chocolate. And then one night they had duck to carve, they had beef, they had a Mexican night they called quesadillas, fried tacos. And this main dining room is huge. It is not like a step down. They all come from the same kitchen, don't you think? We were very pleased every night. We would always go into the main dining room for a little dessert. My husband gets sweets and I get some pasta usually. And you can get coffee. They have sodas, waters, fresh water that has been filtered, beer, cappuccinos, all those kind of things. You will not go hungry. There's also a 24-hour sports bar, and in it you will have TVs, a bar, pool tables. There's also a stand-up clear door refrigerator that has packaged sandwiches and things like that. So if you have a tour that's leaving super early, you can go in there and get a sandwich for the road. I don't know, our tour guide on our all-day tour, it provided lunch for us, which was fantastic. You can watch my other video about what to know before you go to Costa Rica for the first time. I just made one of those videos and it's packed full of tips for you. The RIU resorts used to have reserved dining for the extra nice restaurants, but now it's first come, first serve. And like I said earlier, the restaurant that is go in your swimsuit during the day turns into a very nice steak restaurant at night. And you get down there at 6:15 and you're like number 82 on the list again. So we suggest going like 30 minutes early or going at 7 or 6:15 and knowing that you're gonna have to wait at least an hour before your table is ready. At that steak one, it was like chaos. I think they were understaffed that night because we went back an hour later and still had to wait 30 minutes, but we weren't given a pager, and we showed up an hour later and other people were given a pager, so I'm not sure about that. But the Italian restaurant, you sit down and order, but you can get all your starters and your dessert from a buffet, and then you get your main entree from a pre-chosen list of entrees. So you kind of have a waiter, you kind of don't. And then the Asian one is just buffet, but it's a nicer restaurant, so you dress up nicer, but you don't have to wait because it's all buffet. And just so you know, in the main dining room, guys cannot wear tank tops at any of the meals. My husband thinks you can wear tank tops at breakfast, but I don't. But we saw the waiters and the cleanup crew turning guys away because they were wearing a tank top at lunch and dinner time. There is an ATM in the casino. Now, in between those two RIU properties, those are the only resorts on that whole beach. I don't know if I said that. It's great. You're kind of secluded, but you still have the crowds because there are like 700 rooms in each resort. But there's like a main street with some stores and some little ice cream and cappuccino shops and the casino, and that is also where the spa and the gym are located. And the ATM in the casino gives you US dollars and Costa Rican dollars. I booked a 30-minute back massage with the spa, and I was treated so nicely. It's just like they are in the States, and I paid for it with a credit card, and she massaged my arms and my hands. It was so wonderful, and her name was Fer. F-E-R. I also wanted to tell you about, in the lobby, there are all these salespeople for legit tour companies, okay? We booked all of our tours online, and like I said, I'll link those below so you can do your research. It's not sponsored at all. I highly recommend Alex on the Beach. He didn't want to pay the lobby price, so he meets you on the beach and then you walk to his truck, and his truck was very nice. In my other video about Costa Rica, they're all air conditioned fine. The night before the ziplining tour with Congo-Trail, Alex on the Beach set it up for us. We could only pay him $20 to reserve a spot at the canopy tour. And so we had to pay the rest of it in cash. So that's $90 cash we had to get out of the ATM in the casino, or you can bring it with you. But they send you a picture of the driver's face, and I loved that with Alex on the Beach. But I'll link his stuff below. You are in a gated community. It is guarded at the gate opening. And so every time you leave and come in, there is a certain process they go through, and we felt very safe because of that. If you fly from Texas, you will probably arrive at the Liberia Airport around 12:30 and get to your resort by 1:30, but you can't get into your room until 3 o'clock. So have those swimsuits ready, and they have bathrooms in the lobby that you can change into and start your vacay. I really hope this full review helps you make your decision more clearly on where you want to stay and start your adventuring in Costa Rica. Thank you for visiting, and thanks for watching. Leave me a comment and introduce yourself to me. Thanks for popping over.